Hey guys, so today's video I am going to be talking about cold brew. I don't know about you, but I am absolutely obsessed with coffee. All things coffee it's my lifeblood, and I love cold brew. I actually really like Starbucks' cold brew. If you have had their cold brew, it tastes really good, but a lot of times I don't want to pay the price tag for the cold brew concentrates and the cold brews that you find in the store. So I did some research and just found so many varieties, different ways that people make cold brew. So I figured I'd give it a shot, and I will walk you through how I make cold brew. So starting with whatever container you want to use for your cold brew, I always just use this because it has a rubber stopper lid, and many people say once you get your cold brew brewing not to mess with it. I like to give it a good shake to make sure the grounds are staying underwater. And the coffee, as much as I love coffee and I like good strong coffee, my biggest complaint, I'll go into McDonald's and get some iced coffee and it doesn't taste like coffee. I hate coffee that doesn't taste like coffee. But cut to here. But I'm still not super picky about coffee brands and stuff, depending on how it's being used. So this is coffee that I got from Aldi's, one of my favorite stores. It's just Daily Basics, ground coffee, medium blend. It says it makes up to 240 6-ounce cups of coffee. And I'm about halfway through. Sadly, I do not know how much cold brew I have made here. But my rule of thumb that I like to follow is 3/4 cups of coffee grounds per 4 cups of water. And I know 8 cups of water, actually this can hold 8 cups of water. So I do a double batch. So 1, 2, 3, there's my first batch. I don't know why I'm doing it right here. It's a little wobbly. Let's hope I don't knock it over and waste all this coffee. 1, 2, 3. And because I have, this would be 8 cups of water. And I have made this enough that I know I bring the water all the way up right here, and that is 8 cups. So I fill it up, and then I put the lid on. I like to give it a little shake. I like to make sure all the grounds stay wet. And then it just honestly depends to your taste how strong you want it. A lot of times I mix my cold brew with my protein powder. And so I like it pretty strong because if I want to use an entire scoop of protein powder, I want that coffee flavor to come through. So you can let this sit from 12 to 16 hours. I usually honestly, I let it brew until I remember it again. My memory is not that great. I'm constantly forgetting things. So it's definitely after the 12-hour mark that I pull it out. Here we are. Almost there, filling it up. There we are. See how dark it is? Just like that. Shake it up. See all the coffee grounds? And then I just set this somewhere. I will put, if I'm wanting to keep light away from it, I will like drape a towel over it, and I just set it on the counter. It doesn't have to be refrigerated, nothing fancy. It's all sealed up, nothing can get in. And if I pass it, like every now and then, if I think about it, I'll give it a nice little shake, because I just feel like all the grounds should be getting wet and soaking into the water to get all of that flavor. It's that simple. The amazing thing is, all of the cold brew concentrates that I've seen, they're anywhere from $3 or $4 to $6 to $8, depending on the brand, depending on if we're getting like the dairy-free, the almond milk. This is literally just super strong coffee. It's cold brew. And this can of coffee, if I remember correctly, it costed $3.50, maybe $4 at Aldi's. It was insanely cheap, and I know, I don't have an exact number, but I know I have at least made cold brew 6 to 8 times, and I'm finally getting a little closer to a quarter of the can left. So you're making tons and tons of cold brew at a much, much cheaper price. And now it is really strong. So the great thing about it is you taste it and you adjust it as you like. If you use creamer, if you use milk, or just water, a lot of times I'll just put it with ice, water, a splash of whatever kind of creamer or sweetener that I want to use. But as of late, once I started making my protein shakes as coffee, I just put that straight in there with a little bit of, with the powder in my shaker cup, shake it up, it's delicious. I also do that with my hot coffee. The particular brand of protein powder that I'm using right now, Body Fortress, it blends pretty well into hot liquid as long as you do it really fast. Basically what I will do is I will put a little bit of water or the coffee or something in my blender bottle with the scoop of protein powder, and I shake that up first, and then once that's all integrated, I pour the rest of my coffee in there. And I tell you, it makes it taste like you're drinking a latte, like a vanilla latte, if you have vanilla protein powder, obviously. I've also done it with my chai tea, and it's a chai latte. I've done it with Earl Grey tea, so it's like a London fog latte. It has become my favorite way for protein powder to get that little extra boost of protein in my diet. So drop me a message, please follow if you like this video. I'll be posting tons of little videos and tips like this. I'll be coming up on my blog soon, step-by-step pictures. And when you're done, actually get that out. When you are done, in 12 hours, pour it through a cheesecloth. Now, if you don't have a cheesecloth and you don't want to go into the store, like go to the store and buy something, cheesecloth is reusable. Obviously, it's washable. You can use it over and over and over again. But I actually have a tea towel that is so worn out. It's really, really old. And all it is like the supporting structure. Like all of the fluffy fibers that were in between the threads are gone. So that's what I use. I will get a mesh, what do you call it? A little mesh strainer. Mine's pretty much shot. I need a new one. We've got some holes here. Line it with the cheesecloth. Put it over another pitcher, the pitcher that I use. So something like this. Put it over there, pour it through, let it drain. All the grounds are left right there in your cheesecloth. You can use them to make scrubs. You can put them in your garden. You can throw it away, which I do half the time because I always say I want to do those things and then I never do. And in the fridge. Whenever you want to use it, pour it in your cup, add the milk, add the sweetener, whatever you want. Just add some water, shake it up with the protein powder. You're good to go. I hope you found this video interesting. Give me a follow, drop me a comment, come like me on Instagram. And until I see you again, have a wonderful, wonderful day.